Hello everybody, I'm David, and today I'm gonna show you how I made a colorful smoke picture that I posted on Project 365 on February the 12th, 2013. A couple of weeks ago I took my first series of smoke shots. You've seen one of them already earlier on in my project. Then I thought it would be interesting to do something more with them than just a smoke shot, so I got the idea to make a symmetrical pattern out of them. To do this, I wanted a more or less straight line of smoke without too many curls in it. After going through my shots, this is the one I chose. Since all of my smoke pictures are recorded in RAW, I first converted it with the Adobe Camera Raw tool. So I applied some standard processing to this RAW file, like exposure correction and an increase in contrast, and then opened it in Photoshop. We now have a vertical line of smoke, and we need one at a 45-degree angle. So the first thing I did was use the rotate tool to rotate my image and to move it so the part I want fits in my document. I then cropped it to a square, with the smoke going from bottom left to top right. Don't worry about the blank space in the bottom right corner, we'll fix that later. To make sure the background is completely black, I used the color replacement tool, selected the background and played with the fuzziness slider until all of the background was selected. Then I took the saturation and lightness of this selection all the way down to produce pure black. Even after the color replacement, you can see that there are still some spots that aren't completely black. For those, I use a black brush to paint them black. That same black brush is also used to fill the blank space in the bottom right corner. So we now have a square image with a smoke diagonal and a black background. That's already nice, but because I wanted a white background, I applied an invert layer to the image. As you can see, the smoke is now a dirty brown color. So to make things more colorful, I wanted a color gradient applied to the smoke. To do this, I duplicated the layer and then I chose a gradient brush. On the top you can select the colors you want for your gradient, and I selected this spectrum type. On the bottom layer of your two layers, you drag your mouse from bottom left to top right, and the layer gets filled with your gradient. Now to make these colors visible in your top layer, you need to change the blending mode of this top layer to luminosity. And there we have it, the top left quarter of our border is finished. Save this as a JPEG file, so you can use it later to combine this with the other three parts. To create the other three parts, all you need to do is flip this part 3 times. Flip it horizontally for the top right part and save it. Then flip this one vertically for the bottom right part. And one final horizontal flip to get the bottom left part. Okay, now that we have our 4 quarters, we need to combine them into one image. You can do this in Photoshop by creating a blank canvas that's twice the height and width of one of your parts, and then aligning your 4 images onto this new canvas. But since this isn't a high resolution image anyway, remember I cropped quite a lot, I find it easier to use PicMonkey for this. All the collages you have seen in my project so far were also made with PicMonkey. That's an online photo editor that's really easy to use. So we go to picmonkey.com, click on Create a Collage, select a square format with 4 images and upload our 4 parts. After your images have been uploaded, you drag them in the correct place. As you can see, there's still a gap between the parts. To correct this, you go to the Background tab of PicMonkey and you put the spacing to 0. You can now save your creation to your hard disk. This is already a nice image, but I found the middle of it to be a little empty, so I decided to do the exact same steps with another smoke picture to fill the middle. So I chose a picture, converted it from RAW, cropped it, made the background completely black, then inverted the colors, applied the gradient, flipped it a few times and combined the 4 images in PicMonkey. The result is the image you see here. To place a second picture in the middle of the first, I open both of them in Photoshop. Then I drag the second one on top of the first one. As you can see, the second picture is too big to fit in the middle of the first, so I use the transform tool to resize it. And now to perfectly align them, you select both layers and then pick the move tool. You then have some alignment options on the top of your screen. And in this case we want the centers to be aligned, so first align them horizontally and then vertically. And that's it. Save your image and upload it to your project to show the world your artistic creation. Well, I hope you liked this tutorial on making a colorful abstract picture. This was my first attempt at producing such a video. If you found it useful and if there is some other subject you would like to see a video on, let me know and I'll see if I can make another one. In the meantime, be sure to visit my site for more pictures, and you can also like my Facebook page to be kept updated about other tutorials or project I'm working on. Thank you all for watching. Till next time, bye bye!